talking to us about, of course, Giving Tuesday. And boy, if anybody knows something about that, it is you. So Ryan, first of all, why don't you tell us, about what you do at DonorSearch?
Sure. Well, right now I'm lucky to have some time to talk to you and Sam, two of my favorite people at DonorSearch and in the nonprofit world in general. When I'm not doing that, though, I oversee our channels department. So that's us working with other for-profits in the nonprofit space, spending some time at Giving Institute meetings and building and strengthening relationships with a bunch of wonderful people that help to make the world a better place.
Well, I'm happy to be working alongside you as well, Ryan. So thank you again for joining us. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, in the spirit of Giving Tuesday, what nonprofit organization are you planning on giving to this year for Giving Tuesday, and why? Do you have personal connection? We would just love to hear about what organization you're a part of.
Sure. So this year's a little different than most years. Most years, Giving Tuesday, right? We think of the holidays, and we think that there are some people that are not as fortunate as us, and they might be hungry or they might have other needs. So traditionally, I would give to a local food bank or something of that ilk. This year's a little different. I'm giving to AFI Silver. So AFI, American Film Institute, it's one of those old movie houses. They show a lot of artistic cinema. They'll do a number of international film festivals throughout the year. And back in the old days where we could go downtown to Silver Spring, which is right outside of where I live, we would meet up with friends, go to an Ethiopian restaurant or something nice and local, and then kind of walk in, get really affordable tickets to see a really good movie, sometimes movies that you can't find anywhere else. So the last time I was there, we saw a redo of the Beatles' Yellow Submarine cartoon.
Oh, wow.
Which was great. We were also able to get like $5 beers, which is pretty cool as well. But now that that's not going on anymore, that like many other arts organizations, it's been tough for them to adjust. Luckily, they've created a new business model where they're streaming it, so I can watch from home. And actually, later this weekend, my girlfriend and I are going to watch Radium Girls, which is a really cool story about young women who were underpaid to play with. They painted the hand clocks on watches so that they would glow in the dark. And it turns out that they were radioactive. And a lot of those young women, unfortunately, died awful, painful deaths. Wow. That's gruesome.
Yeah. A little gruesome.
Well, that explains, of course, why you're supporting the American Film Institute Silver Theater, which is in Silver Spring, Maryland. For those who don't know, great organization and great theater. You're obviously very motivated to support the whole sector. You've been very involved not only here at DonorSearch for that, but also with the Giving Institute, looking at giving across the country. So you've seen examples of where nonprofits make a difference. What are you particularly grateful for this year as you look at that landscape of philanthropy, and you also experience it in your own life? What are you grateful for?
Well, as far as the landscape of philanthropy is concerned, I'm grateful that people continued to give, right? I mean, obviously the economy got really ugly for a while there, but I'm glad that a number of organizations did some really unique things to engage their donors and to be inclusive. And by and large, many people responded well, not just the ultra wealthy, which is quite nice. Me personally, I mean, there's so many things that I could be grateful for, right? My family and I and my friends, we're all healthy. By and large, we have not been impacted economically. So Thanksgiving and every other meal is going to be really easy for us. So I think those simple things, especially now, so grateful for.